I think your perception of my life is kind of, idealized.
Well, how is your life? I mean,
that's what we're trying to find out.
Well, let me just tell you that as many people might have, wanted to be my friend or something, as many people that, wanted to, or disliked me because of, whatever my situation was. It's kind of balanced.
But wait a minute, you mentioned Michael Jackson. Are you guys upset with him?
When did I mention Michael Jackson?
When you said he's got a lot of the publishing. I mean...
Oh, no. I'm not upset with him at all. In fact, there's a lot of misunderstandings about that, too. People say that he, bought the publishing out from the Beatles and everything, but that's not actually true. What happened was, like, before CDs came out, nobody in the rock and roll community ever imagined that, bands that were popular in the 60s would ever be worth anything. Believe it or not, in the 80s, in the early 80s, people didn't know that there would be CDs, which actually saved the industry. They came out with a new format and everybody had to buy every record again. But nobody ever thought that they would be worth that much. So Michael Jackson literally was a genius. I mean, everyone thought he was dumb for buying the catalog for that much money. They were just like, are you kidding? The Beatles were all like, we're not going to buy it. It's not worth it, But he actually wound up making money from it, which was a brilliant move. But he didn't steal it from anybody. He just understood that it was worth something.
So who do you hang out with?
Who do I hang out with?
Yeah, who are your friends?
I just moved to Los Angeles, so I don't have that many friends yet. I just got here, I was living in New York most of my life. And
so is your mom, like, meddling all the time? I get the feeling that she's micromanaging.
Did she let you leave?
Yeah, I mean...
No, I know. That's the thing. Like, your perception of us is just so stereotypical. It's really... She's not like that at all. She's, in fact... really laissez-faire with me. She's never really meddled in my life at all. She's a real hippie, like, if I said I wanted to join the Peace Corps, she'd be like, fine, whatever,
Really, that's cool.
Do what you want. I mean, my whole life she's been really kind of...
How did you get the house? Do you buy it, or does she have to approve it, or...?
Yeah.
Like the house that I'm in now?
Yeah.
It's a rental, dude. It's not like I'm bought.
Yeah, but who gives you the money for it?
What?
Does she have to approve the house because she pays for it? I mean, that's big bucks where you're living.
Do you have money of your own?
No, it's not really big bucks. It's less than most apartments in New York, dude. I think your perception is kind of...
But where does the money come from?
Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, but the money comes from somewhere. I mean, it's not like you're holding down a regular job.
Well, I mean, I'm trying. I'm a musician.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying, doesn't your mom control the purse strings in a way? It's kind of frustrating. Why can't she just give you a bunch of dough and let you do what you want with it? If she's such a hippie.
Well, I don't know. I mean, talking about this money stuff is really kind of not really that interesting to me, but...
Well,
yeah, because you got it.
You got it, man. You got the life. Dude, I'm not putting you down.
Howard,
you think it's a put down.
You have way more money than I do, trust
Dude,
me.
I gotta work.
What?
That sucks.
Nobody gave it to him.
I want to do what you're doing.
He
I want
have rich parents.
I want Bijou sleeping upstairs. I want, like, Hunter hanging out. I want to have a party.
And you want to work on your music career.
I want to work on my music career.
Hunter, dude. He's a high maintenance friend too, man.
I've hung out with Hunter. You should only know. I tell you something. You see, you think I'm putting you down.
This is the only life he knows.
I have a fucking transcript of when my first record came out.
Yeah, I put down your music.
Yeah,
but I'm not putting your lifestyle down.
That's all that I have. You're talking about, like, my trust fund or whatever, but what really defines me as a person is my music and my attempt to be an artist, and that was way more...
See, but you could afford to do that.
I ever heard, and you said that I was fucking, like,
not F word.
Talent, but that was bullshit, dude. Like, I'm a fucking way
No, F word. F word. F word.
You're gonna beat the record that was just set.
Sean, listen to me. I'm into talking to you about this, but you can't use the F word. I'm on the radio.
But I thought you were like anti-establishment.
Well,
and, like,
that's what you think. See, your perception.
I'm not anti-establishment.
You didn't give a hoot about, I remember when I was in school growing up in New York, you got fired from like 5 radio stations between 1st and 6th grade.
Right. So what are you saying?
So what, are you getting soft now? You
never said the F word.
No, I can't. I can't say. You can say anus.
Anal?
Yeah, you can say anal.
Can I say clitoris? Can I say vaginal?
Yes.
Can I say anal vagina?
Yes.
And can I say oral stimulation?
Interesting what words you're bringing up.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Anal vagina.
I'm worried about how the radio works.
I've never heard of one
of those.
No, but
you can't use the F word.
You can't use the F word. It's not my rules. It's the United States government. I didn't get fired for using the F word. I got fired.
I thought you were a rebel and you didn't care about the establishment.
Well, if I could
gotta stay on the air.
I could be a rebel all I want. If I use the F word, I'm not going to be on the air.
All right, we're getting to something here, Sean. That's the difference between Howard and you. You can say the F word, he can't.
Right.
Well, clearly I can't when I'm on Howard's show. I mean, you know.
Well, you understand there's broadcast laws, and I never bucked the broadcast laws.
Well, I'm curious about
People put me in. People wanted to put me away for my ideas.
And I like you for that, but I'm just curious about the logic behind the consistency.
Well, you have to talk to the government about that.
Yeah, here, I'll explain it.
The government controls the radio.
Yeah, dude, you've been living in a glass shell. Dude, you don't know anything that's going on. Your mom is sheltering you. Don't say the
F word again.
In a glass shell.
Yeah, but you don't understand something. Don't stop the F word. Do you know? Wait, Sean, do you know what the FCC is?
Yes.
Okay. The government has a law about the 7 dirty words.
I know, and I just think it's completely hypocritical.
Yes, but if you keep using those words, they're hitting a button on me right now and censoring it. It's not even getting out over the air. Nobody knows you're.
It's habitual for me to use the F word. I'm sorry, it's not something that's conscious for me.
But you can control it. Come on.
No, but I'm saying that is the exact.
I haven't said it since this most recent blunder, have I?
Yes, you did. But
that's true. I got to make a living. That's the difference. I got to know the laws.
Yeah.
But anyway, I never made fun. I'm not making fun of your lifestyle. I'm just saying, if I didn't like your music, you can't be mad at me for that.
Let me just say that you have way more money than I do, and you could retire now, and you don't have to work anymore. You're doing this as a choice because you want to.
Because I'm an artist.
A certain lifestyle, but you could retire in fucking Kentucky right now.
Why are you using the F word? Why are you using the F word?
Well, because I said it's habitual for me. It's
but you got to not use it.
Where did you go to school?
Let me ask you something. Have you ever not liked someone's music?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So you can respect the fact that I'm saying, hey, the music ain't turning me on. Mm-hmm. All right?
Okay.
Doesn't mean you're a bad guy. Doesn't mean you're a bad kid.
Keep making music.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't. You should keep making music till you find music that whether the public likes it or not is irrelevant. But you can't hold it against me if I don't like your music.
Well,
Why hold it against me?
In a theoretical condition, I understand that everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but when you're judging me personally, I can't help but not take it personally.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, there's going to be a lot of people who don't like your music. There's going to be people who like your music. You got to get used to it when you put yourself out there.
Yeah, no, I
doesn't mean they don't like you.
Yeah. It's got nothing to do with you. I don't even know you.
Yeah, no, I understand, and I appreciate your, I guess it's like a kind of your explanation for your opinion or whatever, but...
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. I mean, that's just an opinion, but the thing is, I'm fascinated in you in terms of your life. I mean, the fact that you have complete freedom as an artist because you're listen, you don't have to worry about rent and all that kind of stuff. That's cool.
I just wish my life was as you perceived it because it's really not as...
Well, what's difficult about it?
I think just being a human being is difficult. I mean,
that's true.
Like Prince Charles, for instance, or his kids. Like, you think their life is easy because they have money? Like, no.
Absolutely not.
Everybody has pain and suffering and shit to deal with, and just because I have enough money to rent a house in L.A. doesn't mean that my life is like picturesque or something.
Well, Yoko should make it picturesque.
But my point is, life is hard for...
But Howard, you seem like a smart enough person to understand what I'm talking about. It's like, do you think the Shah of Iran is like ultimately content or something just because he makes $1 billion a minute? Like, no, it's not about money. You know that.
It is when you don't have any.
Well, I tell you what.
It is when you don't have any, but then
you have a horrible.
If your concept was real, then all rich people would be happy.
No,
but
you have a
miserable people in the
That's not what I'm
world.
saying.
It's not about that.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Right, but you're saying like my life is great.
No, I'm just saying it starts out pretty good. I mean, you had a horrible pain. You lost your father at a young age. That sucks.
Yeah, exactly, and everybody has their own shit to deal with. I've never.
No, not the S word. I gotta go. I gotta go.
The S word isn't that.
You curse too much.
Excrement or what?
Yeah, you curse too much. I can't. The S and the F word, you're killing me.
It's like
everyone should has their own excrement to deal with.
That's okay to say.
I know. I've never met anyone, rich or poor or whatever, successful or unsuccessful, who is really content. I've only read about, people who are actually content, like Jesus and Buddha, but I've never met anybody like that. Have you?
I'm very much like Jesus and Buddha. I'm probably the most evolved. I'm the most evolved man that you'll ever meet.
You're like the Shah of Iran.
Now, what's up with your hairstyle? Is that just like a fixture in your like persona? Is that just like what defines you aesthetically? You never felt like getting a haircut or anything.
Well, you're trying to. It's the same as your father. I mean, your father went through various haircuts. I have shorter hair now. I've had long hair. All revolutionaries, true artists, are always evolving with their look.
Their hair is very important.
My hair is really important, just like your dad's
I
hair.
never noticed your hair change at all. It was always the Joey Ramone thing.
No, you're wrong. My hair has changed over the years. In fact, if you bought my book, you would see that my hair has evolved through many, many different phases.
Somehow I thought you would send me like a complimentary copy of your book. I didn't know I'd have to buy it.
No, I mean, hey, listen, I'm honest about it. I don't have a pretty face. I'm not a pretty boy.
Well,
So the reason I grow my hair is to try to make myself look more attractive to the opposite sex. Don't forget. I don't have a famous name. I don't have any of that. I didn't have that coming up.
Like a stylist or a consultant or something.
I have a person who does my hair every day.
Team.
I got a whole team of people around my hair. I'm not ashamed of that.
You do?
You're trying to embarrass me, but you can't.
No, I'm not
honest.
trying to embarrass you. I'm just curious. I've never talked to you before. I've thought about it a lot. And
Well, we wanted you in here many times.
Yeah.
I was in there, dude. I was in there with that kid Jake who was using your office. I did a whole performance in your office and everything.
Really?
Yeah, and I saw that weird, like, that corpse doll thing that you have.
Hey, we all have to get laid, bro.